guys, so in this lecture I'm going to teach you how I personally use ABC strategy. See, the method that I've taught you already, it works like a charm, okay? But if you apply the things that I'm going to teach you right now, your win rate is going to drastically increase, okay? But it requires a lot of patience, and what I'm going to teach you are A plus ABC setups, okay? So this is how I would personally approach ABC strategy. So first of all, I will look at the higher time frame. So it could be a 4-hour market structure, right? Or a daily market structure. So if the 4-hour or higher time frame market structure is bullish, I am going to only look for long positions, okay? And if the market structure, let's say, is making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then I'm only going to look for short positions. How? I want to see a pullback, then another pullback. So an ABC. Oh my God, bro. So ABC within this leg right here, okay? And this leg, let me do this. You want to draw out your fib, right? From this move to this move, and you want to look for ABC setup formations above the 0.5 level, okay? Or I would say this is the this right here. So the mid part, so this is 0.5, right? So the so the mid part above the 0.5 level, and this is like the golden area where you can look for ABC setups, okay? But generally, you can look for ABC setups above the 0.5 level. So when price comes back above the 0.5 level, you can drop down. So let's assume that you are looking at the market structure on 4-hour time frame. What you can do is you can drop down to 15-minute time frame, and then you can look for an ABC setup, right, on a 15-minute above the 0.5 level, and the C leg goes into some sort of a supply zone or an auto block, okay? Or it could be a fair value gap. So the C leg goes into the fair value gap right here, and then you look for the ABC setup formation, okay? And you take your entry during kills on R's. So the kills on R's would be from 3 to 6. That is for London session. And for New York, it's going to be 8:30 till 11:15. That is New York time. So this right here is London session, and this is New York session. So your entry must be between these R's, okay? That is a must. So let me repeat this again. You have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So you draw out your PD area, which is, you know, discount and premium zones. So you want to wait for price to come back into premium zone, right, which is above the 0.5 level. And then you look for ABC formation. The C leg goes into some sort of a POI. It could be an auto block. It could be fair value gap. And it could be, yeah. So to refine it even further, what I do is when I have a POI here, let's say on the 15-minute, right? What I would do is I would drop down to 5-minute and refine that POI even more to make it smaller, okay? So sometimes what can happen if you have a 15-minute POI, price can sometimes do this and then hit the the refined OB on 5-minute and then give you an ABC setup. So that is sometimes I do something that I do sometimes. So this is how I personally approach ABC, guys. I first of all look at the market structure, and how do you look? So what you want to do is you want to look back 25 days, okay? So in the last 25 days, if the market structure is making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So in real market conditions, let me delete this. The market structure is going to look something like this, okay? It's not going to be a clear downtrend. It's going to have movements like this, okay? It's not going to be clean. So as long as the price is going down, as long as it keeps going down, you just look for short positions. And that is why this method requires a lot of patience, guys. It requires higher time frame, like 4-hour time frame. Yeah, you could use 1 hour, but I do not recommend that. I mean, you can use ABC on any time frame except 1 minute. You can use it on 1 minute as well, but I do not recommend that time frame. Trust me, it's just not okay. But see, the high time frame is gonna make you profitable. This is it. I'm telling you guys, just build this patience to trade high time frame, guys. I know you want to get that dopamine hit when you are trading on like 1 minute and 5 minutes, and you see your trades go into profits and you're like, wow, I'm making money. But that is a bad habit, and you're gonna get addicted to trading. And when you get addicted to trading, you're gonna take 5 to 10 trades per day, which is really, really bad, guys. And you're gonna revenge trade and you're gonna blow your account. So just stay away from that. And similarly, if you're looking at a market structure that is bullish and the price is making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then you only have to look for long setups. So a long setup would look something like this. You would have A, B, C going into the C leg, going into some sort of auto block, right? And you look for shift in market structure on a smaller time frame like that, and you literally just take your entry, right? So I'll give you guys a couple of examples and then it's gonna be clear, guys. So here is example number 1. As you can see, for the past month we have been bullish, right? So we created this higher high, so we can expect higher prices. So now this right here is our POI, and you can see price came here, tapped into this level, and forcing the early buyers to like go long. But watch what happens. You have an A, B, C pattern inside the POI, which is a nice thing. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to form inside the POI. We only need to see the C leg go into here, but if this occurs, then it is absolutely fine as well. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame to look for market structure shift. So as you can see, there is no clear structure here. So in this scenario, what you can do is you can drop down to 5 minute, okay? And when you drop down to 5 minute, you can see that we have the structure. So I want to see a body close above this level. So let's see what happens. And I believe we do have a body close right here. So we look for extreme auto block, which is right here, as you can see. This right here. So I'm going to mark this out. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to take my entry from this level. Probably put my stop just below this low right here. And I would target 1 to 2, but let's see how this goes. So price comes back, taps in, right? And just watch that move. It's crazy. So price went ahead and took out this high right here. So remember, we knew that we were bullish for the past month, right? And you know, we took this trade right here and we targeted this low. So that is like prime ABC. Your take profit level was hit, and right after that you have a reversal. So I'll give you guys another example. Alright guys, so here is example number 2. You can see we are bullish. We had a breakout structure identifying and showing us that the trend is to the upside. The market structure is bullish. Okay, that's all you need to identify market structure, guys, and trends. So look at the last 20 or 30 days, and if the market is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, then that is a plus point. Okay, so right here you can see we have this auto block, and we also have this volume imbalance right here. So you can see that, let's remove this for now. Let's consider an auto block as our POI, just for this, for the sake of this example. So right here you can see we have A, B, and C. The C leg goes into our POI. So let's drop down to 15-minute time frame, and let me show you how this goes. I want to look for a shift in my, okay, so we have a market structure shift now. So if I look at here, this is the first candle of the fair value gap, right? So this is our auto block. I would take my long position just right here. I would put my stop below this low or this low. So I would target the high of the B leg, which is this. So let's see how this plays out. So we get a tap, right? So let me do this. Boom. A look at the power, guys. 1 to 10 secured within a couple hours, guys. That is how powerful it becomes when you are following the trend. You're taking trades in the direction of the trend, and also you are using POIs with ABCs. Okay, so, and you're also using higher time frame. Higher time frame is the king, guys. Just stay away from lower time frames if you want to take trades like these, because when you're using higher time frames, you're gonna see moves like this. All right, so it's simple, guys. Remember the rules. We look at higher time frame market structure, right? Trend. After that, we mark out the premium / discount zones. Wait for price to come below / above 0.5 level of fib. Wait for ABC formation below / above 0.5 level, and the C leg goes into that POI. Now, when I say that C leg must go into that POI, what can happen is the whole ABC setup can form in that POI. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the C leg, but if the ABC pattern occurs in that auto block, when you have, like, let's suppose you have, you know, a POI marked out, and what can happen sometimes, this price gonna touch this auto block, push up, and then create an ABC pattern inside the auto block, right? So it's gonna look something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Simple as that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this lecture. If you have any more questions, you can ask them in the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next video.